There we go, guys. Welcome and good evening if you are joining us on the stream. We are, of course, here for the match between DI and PF, and as always, I've got a couple of cronies with me. Tonight, the cronies are, as always, Scully Rebel. Scully, what's up, buddy?
All right, and you, buddy? Good to be here.
Yeah, it's all good. It's all good. And then, of course, tonight, joining us for the first time in one of our streams is Slash. Slash, what's up?
How's it, guys? Yeah, lekker, man. Lekker to be here.
Good. Guys, so we are waiting for the teams to spawn in. At the moment, it looks like the entire DI team is present with their 12 players and their 10 players on the PF side. So they should start momentarily, and we're just waiting for a game clock time. While we're waiting for these guys to play, a little interesting fact about the two teams playing tonight. They both have a female gamer on their teams. On the DI side, we have I think it's Nikita playing. It's actually Jade Nikita 99, I think is a PSN tag, and then we will have Spooky on the PF side. Now the other night I actually played against Jade Nikita, and I can tell you that there's nothing wrong with her aiming. She can aim. So
that's good.
Yeah, no, I got shot a couple of times, and then I was actually in a squad with Spooky, and I think she plays medic, and actually quite a good medic. So it was a lot of fun.
That's awesome, man. It's nice to see that we have some females coming into the clans and enjoying the game with us.
Yeah.
Do we know if there's any relationship like King and Queen Sparrow and so on, or just random females?
You know what? To be honest, I don't really know them personally, so I'm skeptical to comment. I don't know. So
okay, yeah, that's all good. Hey, that's awesome stuff.
But I guess if someone knows, if somebody's watching the stream and they know, they can let us know, or one of them can let us know themselves, or whatever may be the case. I don't know. But yeah, both of the teams have that girl gamer, so it's going to be interesting. But these are two very strong teams, man. I mean, to be honest, DI has probably impressed me in this division. They've impressed me a lot, right? I mean, when they started off, they're not an old clan. I mean, they haven't been around for a long time. There might be some individual players in the clan that have obviously been around for a while, but as a clan themselves, they're not an old clan. They're fairly new, and every game that I've sort of watched their streams or whatever may be the case, they are very, very good players. Obviously, PF I think have been around a little bit longer from a clan perspective as DI have. And I mean, equally strong players, right? So I think this is a very good matchup tonight, and I think we're going to see a good game.
Absolutely. I also think it's going to be a good game. We've, as you said before, we've seen a few games of DI. I've witnessed a few games of DI. I haven't really spectated any games of PF yet. I think this will be the first one. But really excited for both teams for tonight.
Yep. So I see that they are 12 and 11. And I think they are waiting for one more PF player. I see that, in fact, the lady that we were just speaking about, Spooky, she just joined the server. So we'll see if her medic skills tonight, if I was right about her medic skills, we'll see that. There we go.
Yeah, so we're just waiting for one PF player, then we're off.
And we've got Case.
I see that they're on a.
We've got Case who just said hi to us on this
map.
Yeah, I think they're burning this round. We've got Case, by the way, who just said hi to us on the stream. Welcome, Case. And he says good luck to all.
Okay, so I see the burn round is finished.
Yeah. All right. Let's see what they.
Yeah, last night we also had a few interesting games. I watched the stream between that Dying Dutchman did. I think it was Lots and Onip.
Yes. That
was playing, and I managed to catch them. No, it wasn't. It wasn't Dying Dutchman who streamed it. It was His Little Broken together with Yeah, I can't remember the guys' names. Vors.
Oh, the guys.
Vortel or Vors.
Oh, the guys from LGD.
Something.
The LGD guys.
LGD.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, I
Yeah,
watched.
and just prior to the game, I was actually in a server with a few of them. And obviously Aquafarce with that little tank of him. Yes, bro, he's so sneaky with that tank, let me tell you.
And Captain Vors.
Good talent there. Yeah, there we go. Captain Vors, not Captain Vortel. Sorry, bro.
Yeah, it was quite a good stream.
But anyway, yes, that
jumped
guy's
in.
good in a tank. Flippin' hell, I was trying to. That was my mission in that map, only to go after him and see if I can take out that tank. I was placing landmines strategically, certain positions, but he's just like a bar of soap with that thing. Really, really good player. That's why, I think Jaco, we really have to make this the individual recognition for individual players. We have to get this going. So the guys watching on the stream, even if you watch it later, just give it some thought. We have to make it work and get some recognition program going, even if it is by nomination or something like that.
Yeah.
To get the individuals recognized as well, because at the end of the day, it's those individuals stacked together that make the success of the team itself.
Correct.
And we really want them to stand out and recognize them in one way or the other.
Yeah.
We have to do that. It's a shame if we can't make it work. We have to make it work.
Good. Guys, so it looks like 10 seconds for start. I've just brought up the scoreboard and they are 12 aside. So I think we are going to get going on
first
time.
Map, Swiss.
Well done for starting on time, gents. It looks like. Let's just see if they are going to start spawning in. They are definitely 12 aside.
Are they going to start on time?
It does look that way. I hope so. I would be very impressed with these guys if we manage to start on time. Then we've got Peter who just commented.
On time medal there.
Yeah, we've got Peter on the stream that just commented go DI. So obviously, Peter, you're a fan of DI, I assume. Otherwise, you would probably say go PF, wouldn't you?
Yeah. Good observation there, buddy.
Yeah, I'm employed for my skill. My observation skill. Right. So guys, it doesn't look like they have spawned in as yet. We're about 50 seconds into map. I think they're probably going to wait for a solid minute or minute and a half before they spawn on the clock. Let me just see if I can communicate with the clan leaders quickly. Oh, it looks like we might have a little bit of time. They just sent me a message to say they will spawn on 3 minutes on the game clock. So we can watch it counting down. So that's all good.
So in 1 minute 15.
You know, the thing with this map though, and if the guys start spawning into it, say for example in something like 3 minutes or 5 minutes, that's normally still okay. If you start spawning in from about 7 minutes, you tend to catch the storm sometimes on this map, because the storm tends to come in sort of, just before the end of the map. So sometimes when the guys spawn in, a little bit later into the map, they tend to run into that sandstorm. But again, DICE built this thing so it's not generic. So the storm comes at different times. So it's very difficult to predict. But I've seen a couple of times that the storm actually comes sort of midway towards the end of the game. So let's see if we're going to have a sandstorm. If we have one, I apologize in advance. That's quite difficult to spectate when there's a sandstorm around. But we'll see what.
Ideal for campers, though.
Yes, of course. Not so much for the snipers, though.
Just like Broken said last night on that stream, they were spectating one of the night maps, and some of the guys obviously took advantage of those little dark corners, sitting and. Well, some guys would call it camping, and some people will say, it's just defending the flag,
Yeah.
Like Justin Brooksy said, tactical zone control. That's his explanation of sitting in a dark corner watching over D.
Yeah, by the rest of the world it's called camping. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Excellent. Right, guys.
I think anybody can relate.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Right.
I mean, I've also done it a few times.
5 seconds, 2 seconds.
I think it depends on the mood.
There we
go.
go.
We're on 3 minutes. I'm here on the
just
E
jumped in.
flag.
They have spawned in. I'm gonna go to the first. I'm gonna go with the tank. And I'm gonna drive a little bit here with DM in his tank. And let's see who starts capping a flag first. Oh, I see as if I see E's busy being. Oh, but E can't be capped. But I see they didn't actually cap it. They just ran past it, which is good.
Yeah. Yeah, I see the DI guys moving into Delta. We've got that little car, the PF boys that jumped out there. 3 of them moved on to D. I don't think that DI expected this, but PF is already on Delta as well.
And there's quite a number of.
They made some good ground.
There's quite a number of PF guys. Yeah, the DI guys were outnumbered. And the PF guys are rolling into D, and they have already taken Bravo and Charlie. So the PF guys moving here with a passion.
Yeah, DI is moving in on B. They took a flank there. And there's a couple of the members there. Looks like they're going to take B.
Yeah, I see Slangfell coming around the corner here, looking to see if there's any of the PF guys around. I don't see. Oh, yeah, we got Spooky. At your medic, you were talking about Yaku. We've got Spooky and who's this? Van der Vorst. Van der Woest.
Van der
Van der
Vorst.
Fok. Van der something. Van der Twister.
Yeah.
Van der Vorst.
And, but they indeed, DI taking B back. So, nice move
DI.
on their part, flanking from the dune side.
Good flanking maneuver there. See the rest of the guys from DI is moving into Delta with a tank. DM7, ZA. We've got Niku, Chop Prince. Everybody moving into Delta. Big Scala also here. Cleaning out the house. One guy at the top of the on top of that one building that was just taken out, half of the building. Good work from DI there, taking D.
But I see that tank is shooting at the Delta point from way over at Charlie.
Yeah, it seems like PF is a bit surrounded here by Charlie at the moment. But we've got Spooky, I see, doing a flank maneuver here on Bravo. That's a good move.
Quite a bad move there from, I think, from DI. They moved away from Bravo, not leaving anybody there, and the DI guys are taking it back. PF guys are taking it back.
Yeah, I see we've got Dire Wolf coming in here, but he's going to be met with 3 of the guys from PF. Don't know if he's going to make it. Let's see. One-on-one with Dire Wolf.
Yeah, they're taking him out.
Oh. We've got a couple of DIs trying a flank move here. It's Jade, Nikita and Slangfell. So it's 2-on-2 at the moment. Ooh, actually 1-on-3 now. Bit of a spawn, 2-on-2, 2-on-3.
Yeah.
They might actually try and push here on the Bravo point if they can get some spawns on them.
Yeah, we've got Van der Woest here. He's on the roof. I don't think the DI realizes that he's on the roof. Obviously, it's a good position to be in because his teammates can spawn on him there and then just make the capture of Bravo a bit easier.
Yeah.
But Slangfell is definitely looking for him. Him and Dire Wolf is running around inside that house, and checking where this guy is. And Spooky also spawned on the roof.
And they are actually taking the Bravo point now.
Yeah.
But in the meantime, what has happened is some of the PF guys have gone around and they are actually capping Delta.
Tell me, is it possible to capture Bravo while you're on the roof, or do you have to be inside the building?
I think if you are on the edge of the building on top of the roof, you can start capturing it, but just sort of widespread on the top of the roof, not really.
Okay.
So we have PF that just capped the Delta flag. We've got 2 guys back here from DI, Slung and Wuk, and they just got taken out by the PF guys. So PF at the moment with a slight lead on 113 tickets and DI on 62. But DI pushing hard.
There goes the tank.
Yeah.
DI pushing
Oh,
hard.
yeah, I did some good work on that tank on that side here by Charlie. I see all of them. There's like 7, 8, 9, 10 players here on Charlie. 2 of the guys from PF moving in from Delta over the dunes. Let's see what's going to happen.
They're a bit light on that edge, so I think they're going to be taken out quite quickly. Oh, they're taking out some good guys there.
See some of the PF guys coming from the far side of the dunes doing a flank maneuver.
Yeah, and Biz staying alive, and they're taking Charlie again.
Good gameplay. Yeah, I see. One of the things that I see from both teams, Yaku and Slash, is that there's not really lone wolves running around. You know, most of the guys are running within their squads, moving as one unit towards these capture points.
Yep, definitely. So I see that the DI guys have used a player that was there. I think it was Waksaki that was there, that was used as a spawn point. And they've got a couple of players back on the Delta point trying to take that. But PF at the moment holding both Bravo and Charlie. So obviously the ticket count going in their favor at the moment.
Yeah, it's just you can see that the DI guys, you know, when they lose that point or one of the points on the inside, they have to run quite a bit from their spawn point, you know, from their base.
Correct.
But I see that they've got a tank running in now, DM7. So, yeah, let's see what happens to D.
Hopefully he's got a support with him, because I see he's running alone.
Yeah, that's one of the things that we've seen a lot with some of these guys, is you really need a guy with a spanner, and I think it's Niku747 who's in charge of fixing this tank together with anti-flash. So they've got 2 guys assisting Senzar from DI in his tank.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So I'm running here with Bobajan from PF, and he is he's a bit of a Bobajan, this guy, right? I mean, he's up and down the buildings. He revived.
Is that the clan name? Is that the name? The tag?
That's his tag name. He's Bobajan. But he
does he not?
He was
does he not play for MSNK?
I don't know. He was this guy was very good though. I mean, he was reviving and running and jumping up the buildings and up and down. So he did a good job.
There's some serious fight happening here. Both teams doing a push on C. PF trying to defend, and DI pushing in hard from the left-hand side to try and take Charlie.
Yeah, DI is doing really well with the tank. I mean, since they rolled the tank in, they've been taking some flags. So hopefully they can take C back.
Check, we've got Big Scala at the back here, who's together with Chop Prince, who's a sniper. Big Scala on support, making it rain with that support gun of his here. He's got a good viewpoint, a bit high up, so his vantage point is higher.
So I'm
see quite far.
So I'm running with anti-flash here at the moment, and if I recall correctly, anti-flash is actually their pilot. So if there's a map with a plane on, we will definitely see anti-flash in his plane. But at the moment, he's obviously on support, just behind C, and they've taken back the Delta. Sorry, they are losing Delta at the moment, but it looks like Bravo is also being contested.
Yeah.
So I'm a bit torn at the moment. Do I go to Delta or do I go to Bravo? So I'm going to head over to Delta. It looks like there's a bigger fight going on there. There's both DI and PF guys there. It's about 4 on 3 at the moment, DI and PF. And I think that DI will contest this flag and start taking it back. Although the PF guys are hanging around a little bit with, creating a spawn point and getting some of their players back to the Delta flag, and they are actually now starting to cap it. So it's a bit of a numbers game at the moment, and it looks like PF might cap this Delta flag. And indeed they do.
Yeah. There they go.
Indeed they do. So guys, we are almost at the midway point. PF at the moment, ticket count on 221, 222 now, 144 for DI. Both teams playing exceptionally well, less than 100 tickets in it at the moment. DI is holding Bravo and Charlie, and of course PF is holding Delta at the moment. There are some guys from DI pushing back into Delta with the tank, but I think that might open an opportunity for the PF guys to take one of the other flags back, maybe Charlie, which I think is being contested right now.
I see the guys from PF taking Charlie. They've got their tank shooting over to D. And DM7 took a bit of damage on his tank on that side, but they are busy repairing him. So obviously it's important to keep the tank alive, especially with this close quarters map. Whoa! And there goes the tank for PF. I'm not sure who took that one out, but I see that Slangfell is also running on support at the moment. Sitting in the corner here, waiting for Duff, taking Duff out. That's some good play there from Big Scala and Slangfell.
So also interesting is that for the guys watching the stream with us, I see that Peter has just commented back. I said earlier he must be a fan, and Peter commented that he's actually a team member. So no wonder.
What's Peter's tag name?
Peter, if you are listening on the stream still,
don't tell me it's Kylie Rebel, please.
Drop us your tag there, and we can see. Obviously, Peter Willems is a DI team member, which is the reason for him being a fan. Guys, if you are joining us on the stream right now, we are in the first game still, where we have DI at the moment on 194, and we have PF leading at 254 tickets. PF holding the Bravo flag. It is slightly contested at the moment, and then we have DI holding the Charlie flag and the D flag being contested at the moment. So I'm just going to hang around B here because I think that might be kept.
Yeah, if I look at I'm at Delta at the moment, so when I look at Delta, I see that it's Ling Sling, Twak Sak, and Big Scala moving into Delta. We've only got two of the guys from PF, Bobian and Danza, trying to stay alive and obviously keep this flag, but I think they're a bit overwhelmed with the amount of guys from DI moving in.
Well, PF has actually fallen back, and they've managed to take out quite a number of the DI guys. Slangfell still hanging around, waiting for some support, which he gets in the form of Nikita and Dire Wolf. Now only Dire Wolf, but I think he's outnumbered, and I think he might get taken.
Make a run for it, yes.
And Spooky takes him out, and
I think that was Spooky.
And revives, and revives.
Revives.
Just revives that whole team. In the meantime,
good job with the medics there.
In the meantime, though, DI has taken back the Charlie flag and made sure they kept that Delta, and they are now attacking quite heavily back on the Bravo flag. So the reinforcements now rolling in.
Yeah, they're doing really well to crunch the numbers back. I mean, they were quite far apart, and they're now within 50 points.
Yeah, it's a really close game, this one. But we've seen the more and more of these games that we watch, and the more that the teams are playing, we see that the games are not far apart, Jaco.
No.
It's only most of the games that we've spectated over the last week or so was very, very close when it comes to tickets.
You know what, Scully, I think the thing is that in the beginning, I think the guys are still getting used to the rules and, you know, what am I allowed to do, not allowed to do. But as the guys, you know, play week after week, I think there is also an improvement in, you know, feeling comfortable with the rules and, you know, how it works. And in fact, how the competition as a whole works. So
absolutely. And, you know, I mean, I've heard a few comments of the guys who say that, you know, a bit negative things about the rules and all of that. And I just want to be honest. I mean, at the end of the day, I'm not a fan of rules. But if you want to play competitively, you know, internationally, and this is what we got from Rob Ridingwood and the guys from AOV, who have been competing internationally and so on. So if we want to, if your team want to participate and compete in the overseas tournaments, you know, you will have to abide by these rules. Now, obviously, some of these rules, we've changed it a bit and tweaked it, some of the stuff that didn't make sense for us, but that's the reason that we have that. If it was 100% up to me, you know, I wouldn't have had the rules. I would just say, let's play. You play the game, you win, you lose, you lose. But unfortunately, if we want to grow the South African community, and within Battlefield itself and get ourselves on the international stage. You know, we have to start somewhere. And this is as good a time as any to start playing with rules and all of that. So I know I've seen a lot of negativity around around the rules. And like I said before, you know, as soon as we see that there's a problem, we will jump in and try and sort it out. But unfortunately, we can only tweak the rules so much, but we're not going to take it away completely. I know that it's a pain for some of the guys, but as soon as you get used to these things, like Tackleberry said the one night, you know, it doesn't matter what they play. If they play in public matches, if they play in competitions, they just stick to the rules that's available. So they don't use banned weapons. Obviously, they'll cap the flags that need to be capped, but they won't play with banned weapons and gadgets and stuff like that. And that's how their team is disciplined and get used to the rules, you know, so you don't make silly mistakes as we've seen over this past week or so. But I mean, for the guys who's moaning and groaning about the rules, believe me, I feel you. I feel your pain because I'm not a fan of rules. I'm a rule breaker myself. But at the end of the day, you know, if we have to create some sort of standard, we have to unfortunately stick to some rules. We can't have, you know, send or go and cheer for our South African teams playing internationally if they get kicked out of competitions due to the lack of rules.
Very good point. Very good point. So, an interesting thing has happened here in the meantime, guys. If you look at the ticket count now, DI on 346 and PF on 315. So DI really pushed back hard. If you remember in the beginning of the game, there was about 100 ticket lead from the PF guys. DI seemed to have composed themselves after losing that very early flag right in the beginning with the use of that vehicle. And they are pushing back very hard now, and the tickets are rolling the other way, so it's getting even closer. So at the moment, both the Bravo and the Delta flag being contested, and PF will have to push back here because we are running out of tickets.
Yeah, DI definitely found their stride here. And just on YouTube, Sinister asked that we spectate Slangveld there, Jaco. And Peter came back and he said his name is he said his name is Peter 96 Twist. So we can look him up and maybe catch him on the battlefield.
I thought it was Scaly Rebel, that guy.
So I'm gonna run here with Big Scala while we guys, if you do see Slangveld somewhere on the battlefield,
he just died again, bro. I was on him just now. He just died in that alley. It's funny whenever we want to spectate someone, and as soon as you get to him, then he dies.
I just wanted to say that because I saw it last night as well. Each time somebody asked for spectate this guy, you know, he just died.
And we've got the
tank
here.
Yeah, you were also watching the stream on that side, Slash. That game that we watched with he's a little broken.
That's it, yeah.
So
and the rest of the guys from, sorry Jaco, the rest of the guys from LGD.
So we've got the tank here. We've got DM in his tank still on C, but I think the PF guys are using Spooky as a spawn point to try and get back this flag. B being contested at the moment between DI and PF, but I think PF will keep it. I don't see any DI numbers there at the moment. I think they were taken out. So moving back to C, it's only Spooky here on C, so she might be outnumbered. And of course they've got the tank here, which is making it very difficult. But while we were all looking at C, D got contested, and then the DI guys fell back to make sure they don't lose that point. So
yeah, we've got Big Scala, yeah, and we've got Twaksak, Link Sling and Top Prince all moved into Delta, cleaned out the bit of PF guys that was left. So there's no, let me just check, yeah, there's no blue left. Only those four guys from DI taking Delta.
But PF
then
now...
we have, yeah, PF here on Charlie.
Yeah, PF streaming into Charlie now. So let's see if they can, but they've got the tank here, which is going to make it very difficult, right? I mean, it's the infantry.
Extremely difficult, I reckon.
Yeah, the infantry is just, you know, it's not a... The tank is quite far out as well, so even if you come in as an assault, to toss a grenade from, you know, the other side of the wall on C, is it's a bit far, right?
Yeah, you're going to have to toss it, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, for those that is watching, I mean, give us a shout out. Let us know what you see and think, and if you want to see something, and we'll let Jaco know so you can jump around.
Yeah, he's our main camera fan. So whatever you see is through the eyes of the Yaku.
Guys, I'm trying to get some first-person view for you here as well. I try and not do that too often because players die when I go into first-person view, as they just did. And then we've got Nico here with his repair tool behind DM, running, trying to get to that tank to repair it.
Oh, nice work there from DC who just took out that tank from PF. That was good work. Yeah, those tank grenades are vicious.
Yeah, so they've got all flags capped, so the points will run quite quickly now. I see the guys are taking C back.
And what
they're trying to take C
and
back.
what a comeback this was by DI. In the beginning, I didn't think that DI was going to pull it off. They got caught off guard very early with that D flag being kept very early on by PF with using that vehicle. PF looked extremely strong up until about 100 tickets ago. And then I think when DI managed to find their feet and use that tank in a little bit, call it less aggressive way if you want to, then they started capping those flags.
Yeah, we see that the whole of PF was taken out, so all of them have to come from their spawn point or their base, which is that can take up some crucial time when it comes to tickets. We've seen that so many times happen in domination as well. If you take too long to get to the flags, it's over before you know it. Good push here from PF on the Bravo flag. Quite a lot of guys there, but we've got the tank moving in from DI.
So PF
on this map, tank is critical. So the longer you can make it last.
And the nice thing about it is, I mean, you can use it as a spawn beacon. You know, anybody can spawn in the thing. You're not limited to spawn on your squad mates. So keeping the tank alive is definitely one of the top priorities within a game like this.
But I think there's one ticket left. Oh, there we go.
Oh, there we go.
There we go.
There we go, guys. And if you look at the scoreboard at the bottom, you will now see DI1, PF0. So DI taking that first map. To be honest, I mean, it's 398, so it's 102 tickets. That's not a big gap.
100, not a big gap at all. I mean, in the beginning, PF did a good move there, pushing quickly on all three of the flags. And but DI, you know, over the period of the course of the map, also did a good job flanking and trying to get their ground back.
Absolutely. I see there's some good kill-death ratios there. If you look at the score screen, nobody going overly, hectic there though.
To the negative.
Yeah, there's one or two, but I think those guys had specific roles, maybe either as medics or as repair guys. Peter says, "Goeie werk, ouens." Mooi, baie mooi.
But the lady really doing well. 42 for 24. I mean, that's excellent.
Yes,
showing the guys how to shoot straight.
Told you there was nothing wrong with the aiming. So guys, at the halfway time then, well after the first map, call it, you will see the halftime screen there, DI1, PF on 0 at the moment. Let's see what the next map holds in. To be completely honest, I think the map choice there, I think Suez was actually the DI choice. So it will be interesting to see on Ballroom Blitz, which is the next map, what the game is going to look like there. And I'm just checking to see if I can see a start time on this map.
Yeah, Ballroom Blitz is also one of my all-time favorite maps. The layout and the sneaky maneuvers that you can pull within this map is awesome. One of the things that I like to do especially when we play Conquest and I manage to get a plane right in the beginning, I like to fly there by the riverside silent and quiet there to the left hand side, and then as soon as the guys, you can't believe how many times I've killed people on the E flag. So you come with a plane down by the riverside, you make a U-turn, you come back, and then between those two buildings, by the train tracks at E, they always stop there and they capture that flag. So you come around with the aeroplane, and then you'll get 3 or 4 kills, boom, one time. So yeah, that's one of the spots that I've learned where the guys like to go as soon as they enter the map and start capping these flags.
Yep.
Easy kills.
So I see the guys just swapping at the moment, just making sure that everybody's on the right side. It's Renegade Gamer there that was spawned in by the game on the wrong side. So I think they're just swapping them out, and then they will provide us with a game time on when they will start. Man, you know, I say this in a lot of streams that I do, but besides the fact that this is such a nice map to play, it is probably for me one of the most beautiful maps in terms of design and texturing and, you know, stuff like that the DICE guys could come up with. It's a really, really good looking map, which makes it that much more fun to play, right?
Yeah, I think the architecture, that was used here, or the choice of building that they used here was actually very good. And if you look at the inside, on the inside here, you've got these plaster statues that's, I don't know, half of the guys don't even see it because it gets blown up before the time. But if you look at the statues on the inside of the building and on the outside, those bronze statues, they're quite pleasing to look at, you know.
Yeah. And then a while back, I believe that, I think it was Queen Sparrow, posted, I can't actually remember who it was, but I think it was posted some actual pictures of the, like, photos of the ballroom, and they're very close. They're, you know, in terms of in the game and what they actually look like in real life.
Yeah.
So where is it?
They got it right.
Is it somewhere in France or what? Where's this?
Yeah. This well, I believe so. But then again, you know, every second house in France is a chateau, isn't it?
A chateau, yeah.
A chateau.
A chateau.
Yeah, but this is definitely a very tactical map. If you've got a good pilot, you can really damage the other side.
Yeah.
And if you've got a good pilot and a good tanker, you can definitely take this map. So it will be interesting to see who's going to fly.
I think
from these two teams, and who's gonna stay tankers.
I think on the DI side, I think Anti-Flash is their paper plane pilot, and on the PF side, I must be honest, I'm not sure. It could be Ashboy, but we'll have to see. The only reason why I know Anti-Flash on the DI side is that this guy was bombing the crazy out of me a couple of nights ago in a pub server. And I just kept dying. I think for the entire match I died like 9 times, and he got me like 7 out of that 9. So that's why I know he flies.
Yeah, you normally notice the guys when they kill you so often.
Yes.
Yeah. That's when you start remembering names.
So we've got Fire Blaster asking us here, what's your guys' favorite class and map to choose? Mate, I must be honest with you, this is my favorite map. If I have a choice in maps, I like to go to Ballroom. I've probably played it to death, but it's still one of my favorites. Favorite class, I would have to go with Assault, definitely. Peter, yours?
Well, I'm an all-around guy. I like to play all the classes. I don't really have a favorite. But my favorite map must definitely be Amiens. I think that's one of the maps that I enjoy the most, second to Ballroom Blitz.
Yeah. Slash?
Yeah, I must say I like Argon. There's a lot of ways to get to these different points, and I'm an assault guy, but I also play all the classes. But I stick to the assault when I can.
Yeah.
There's one class that I don't enjoy, and that's tanking. Can you believe it? I think tanking and cavalry is I haven't kept any of those classes, but all the other classes are kept already. So yeah, I like to play. It depends on the situation, and it depends on the game mode, whatever you're playing and what situation you find yourself in. You quickly switch to the class that gets the job done. Yeah. If you look at snipers, especially on this map, when they land on the roofs, you get those annoying suckers who always sit in camp at the top there, so then I'll move to sniping and try and take them out before they make, do too much damage to our team or to myself. And then obviously with the tanks, you'll go for support, assault. And if you want to sit in camp, we get the Camp Master 6000 out. That's a support gun. And do some long range damage for those guys, especially on the walls and so on.
Yeah.
Using the bipod.
Yeah. Right, so I see the swapping still going on a little bit. It looks like PF is now all on one side, so I think they're waiting for one DI player to load back in. DI will be playing on the German side and PF on the American side. So let's see how that goes. Now, if we quickly have a look at the map here, it looks like both the teams are running a 4-4-4, squad up, which is quite interesting. And I see that they are now full 12 on 12, so they will probably go at the next round minute, which I am hoping is going to be 6 minutes or 6.5. And we'll get confirmation for you guys on that once they let us know. I think 6 might have been a bit of a stretch because they're just in, so probably 6.5 or 7 on the game clock. So let's just give them a moment, guys. While we are waiting for the guys to start up, sorry, they just let us know they're actually going to go on 8 minutes, so we can just watch the game clock there. While we're waiting for the guys to start for the game to start up, I want to mention that a couple of nights ago I saw in a server quite a lot of the guys starting to use these anti-air guns to take down the behemoth, and obviously the behemoth takes them out quite quickly. So I'm not sure how many of you have actually watched the March update video for Battlefield as yet. I did post it on Facebook a couple of days ago, so glad to go and watch that. But one of the changes that they're actually going to make is that somebody who has a repair tool will actually be able to repair those anti-air guns once they've been hit or destroyed. So I think that's going to be a big thing on maps where there's a behemoth present. Obviously, during clan wars there aren't any behemoths, but if you are playing, other games or pub games or whatever may be the case where a behemoth is present, then obviously, I think that's going to make a massive impact.
Yeah, and especially I think in operations as well. If you play operations, so I haven't seen guys playing operations as much. But that'll be one of the game modes that you'll be able to use that.
Yes. So the idea there is that if any sort of... apparently it will work on field guns as well. So not only on the AA guns, but also on the field guns, that you'll be able to repair these things, which I think... I think it's a benefit from two perspectives. One, that you can repair these things to take out the behemoth, and two is that the guys who run around with repair tools are definitely looking at more score as well. Right, so guys, I see they have spawned in, and indeed we have Ashboy in the PF plane, and then we have Big Sculler in one of the DI planes, and we've also got Duff 908 again in a different plane for PF. There's a bit of a dogfight going on there, but I'm with Bobayan in the car again. And
Lammert just took advantage of that plane and he dropped out with the parachute on Charlie, so he's busy taking Charlie by himself. Let me just check on the outside if there's any actions, anyone coming in. Yes, we have Twaksak and DC-10 moving in to Charlie.
So I'm going to be in first person view here inside the ballroom because it's just sort of pointless trying to not be in first person in the ballroom. Seeing it from the outside is not overly exciting. Sorry for my...
Big Sculler and Nikita also moving in here to the ballroom just to cut Lammert. DI taking Charlie from PF. Stepping at the back here. True Rider from PF moving in with his tank, but he's Jade Nikita and DC-10 is waiting for him. A little bit of an ambush there, but she's outnumbered. Oh, just got taken out with the tank there.
So I'm with Big Sculler. I think he was a pilot that jumped out because he's definitely on pilot class at the moment. Making sure that they are taking this this Charlie point over here.
I just saw a flare. Flares are allowed, yeah, eh?
Flares are not allowed, but I
Not
think
allowed on this map.
We have taken objective Charlie.
Let me check.
check there quickly for us. I think it might be on this map.
I think it's only the smaller maps, Argon Forest, sewers, and so on. But let's just double check to make sure.
Yeah.
Yes, I feel like a policeman when I look at these rules.
Yeah, I don't think it's on Ballroom. It's definitely on Argon. But yeah, the guys are taking D back.
And the PF guys pushing on C as well. Not a lot of them. There's only one here. Now two.
Yeah, sewers, Amiens, and Argon Forest. Why Amiens though? I mean, that Amiens is more or less, if you look at the size of the map, it's more or less the same size as this.
Yeah, I think with Amiens it's a matter of the amount of buildings that there are, right? So if you look at all the little hiding spots and the buildings, then I think that can become quite tricky if you start using spotting flares on that.
Yeah, PF really working hard this tank here by Delta from DI. I don't think he's gonna make it unless they take the guys out.
No.
And they're doing well with the plane, taking the guys out, keeping them away from D, but there they take it.
Nikita doing some work there with the PF's tank. Tank just got taken out. Two of the guys still survived. They jumped out at the nick of time.
So I'm here on the DI tank at Delta, and we've got Renegade Gamer again preparing like a crazy spanner mechanic, getting rid of the damage on this.
Grease monkey.
Yeah, he's being a grease monkey here, getting rid of the damage on Nico's tank.
Yeah, I'm doing well. Tank is back up.
Yeah, but the PF guys are assaulting this tank with absolutely no mercy, so I don't know without the repairman how long Niku is going to last in that tank, but a great shot there that he took on J-Rad.
Yeah, that tank is burning and really needs a bit of help. But they're nailing it with the rocket guns.
Yeah, he's not going to make it for long. One more shot and the tank is gone.
Renegade Gamers is at the back here. Niku threw some smoke. Twaksaki popped out there. I think he's going to help. No, he's not. Running away, moving on to D.
But we've got a couple of PF guys here.
Renegade Gamers
coming in
fixing
from
the tank.
We've got a couple of guys from PF pushing here from the D side. But we've got the tank rolling back in.
Ooh.
Oof, that was a bit of a crash there.
Kamikaze pilots. Is that allowed? Is that in the rules? Can you do that? Can you kill someone with a...
I love that.
Go for it, but you lose your plane.
Yeah.
So not a good move. The planes don't spawn that often, so...
Yeah, they do take some time, man. Yes.
So there is a bit of a fight going on here at Delta. So the PF guys have just taken out a couple of DI guys, but we've got Big Sculler holding the fort as a spawn point here. Hopefully get some guys that can spawn on him. I see that...
yeah, Job Prince spawned on him.
Job Prince has just come in. Ink Sling has just come in as well. Yo, that was difficult to say.
Ink Sling.
And DI actually capping the Delta flag.
Yeah, and they're heading to Charlie, so they've taken it already 50%. Looks like they're gonna steal this one.
I'm heading over back to Charlie, and I'm gonna see who's inside in the ballroom there. I see Anti-Flash is here at the door. I'm gonna go run with him a little bit. There is some PF support hanging around.
Yeah,
but he's taken them out. Good job, Anti-Flash, covering that point.
We have lost objective Duff.
got some nice kills there.
Interesting.
A lot of the PF guys moving into Charlie now. Ash Boy inside from the passageway, supported here by Lamet, but they just got taken out here with Renegade Gamers.
Look, definitely.
Right.
Sorry, Peter. Carry on.
No, it's fine. I think the guy died now.
Definitely the PF guys, came into this game with the idea of capping flags very quickly, right? I mean, if you look at the ticket count, they were, again, for the first couple of minutes in this game, they were completely ahead. Their tickets still a little bit ahead on 118 with DI on 104. So definitely these guys have a strategy to cap flags quickly and sort of try and keep them that way. Obviously DI a little bit slower from the capping flags perspective, but once they get they get their momentum. I mean, they keep contesting the flags that the PF guys have, right?
Correct. Yeah, we've seen it with even when this map started. Some of the PF guys taking advantage of the planes jumping out, getting onto Charlie quickly, capping it, and but once the DI guys start moving in, PF struggling a bit to keep hold of those flags.
I must tell you, Slash, that what I've seen from the guys, playing this map, it almost seems like B is always uncontested, right? A lot of the action happening on C and a lot of the action happening on D. And then you find sometimes that D is Bravo is completely left alone. So, if a team spawns, if a team chooses this map and they spawn on the A side, then it seems that they have a better chance because of the fact that B flag is hardly ever contested.
Yeah, no, definitely. I don't know why. I've seen it also in our games that we've played. But certainly if you've taken Delta and Charlie, then Bravo is a good run-up to take. I think it's easier to take Bravo than Delta. Delta for me is very open.
But I think it's a distance thing, right? I think most guys go for Delta because it just seems closer.
It is close, yeah, from C. But I think whoever can dominate the C flag has got a good, nice spawning point to go anywhere. And then from there they can change their tactics if they need to.
Yeah. So I'm here with Dire Wolf just outside the ballroom. He's doing a good job at protecting this little patio, but he's got some guys coming in. Oh, almost did it there, but was taken out by Lamet from PF. Good job, Lamet.
Yeah, and DI is here in the small tank coming from Delta, trying to give support there to Charlie. But he's unfortunately those tanks are so light.
See, we've got Slangfell and Dire Wolf here that did a flanking maneuver on Bravo. That old Nick Slangfell plays laying low in the grass here, doing what a slung does best.
Of course.
He's got his teammates that just spawned him now on Bravo. Yeah, they're putting in some work on that tank. The tank is out, so now they're going to move in, take Bravo. There was some good play there from Slangfell and his team.
This is a very, very close game still, guys. 182 versus 70 tickets. DI on 170 and PF on 185 at the moment. So very, very close. And
good action here by Delta. So if you want to come this side, Yaku. Also a kamikaze plane. Another one was dropped here.
Yep. I'm having a look here at the Delta. I'm on the small tank that's being assaulted and just got taken out actually. But while we were talking about that B flag not being contested, I see that the DI guys have actually run around and they have taken that Bravo point.
Yeah, just to put everyone's mind at ease, we do not have any spectators from DI within our group at the moment, so they did not pick that tip up from us.
Definitely not. So we are now here on the Delta point that is being contested by PF, and I see that Spooky has just dropped off the server. So I think there might be some connection issues on her side. I'm just going to quickly open the scoreboard here to make sure. Indeed, there is only 11 on the PF side versus the 12 on the DI side, but she will most probably connect in a few seconds. Or hopefully they have a backup plan for if a player drops off.
Delta here with what's it called? North Garden. North Garden being taken here by DI, Big Scala, Link, Twaksak and Top Prince. The squad taking control of the Delta flag. You've got Bobian flanking in from the far side of Charlie. See if they're going to take this one back. There's only 2 of the PF guys on the left-hand side here, but they've seen them. They tried to be sneaky, but they've seen them. Oh. 2 of the PF guys will be on left with Daza. Slung just got taken out there. Oh, I don't know who the other guy was. And Link. Ding Link. What? Ink Sling.
It's difficult, right?
It's fucking difficult.
Yeah,
Yes.
some of these names are just acronyms.
I'm telling you.
But yeah, some good action there by D. They've just capped it again and taken it back, and it looks like C is going the same route.
But
And,
the ticket count, of course, closing. 242 at the moment for DI and 238 238 for DI and 243 for DF for PF, and I see that Spooky has just joined back into the server, so we're back on par in terms of numbers, and let's see how this goes. So DI busy capping the D flag. They're taking that back.
Yeah, them 7 bringing in the heavy guns here with the tank. Moving in from Delta, I think they're going to go over to Charlie's side. A lot of the PF guys coming through that little gate here by the ballroom. They have to look on the left. They're not looking left. They're going to take out that tank.
Yeah.
The blind spot there.
Oh, lucky.
Anti-flash, Grease Monkey, the tank at the back there, together with Renegade Gamers. I'm sure that's not just a tag.
No, it's a tag.
Yeah, so DI running with a tank, a small tank and a big tank.
Slungfeld just got taken out by Ashboy, but he did some good defending there on the flag. But good job, Ashboy, clearing that up. And then we've got
Bob John and Daz are still alive here by Delta, but they got taken out there by Twaksak, the Big Scala. Good teamwork there, buddies.
So DI capping back on the Charlie flag, and I think PF is over at the Delta flag, or going to be attacking the Delta flag. No, I don't see
True
anyone
Writer and B Poland, and Van der Woest. Van der Woest here in the alley, in the passages here of the ballroom, moving on to Charlie. Let's see if there's anybody in here. Yeah, nothing. Clean.
Yeah,
PF moving
interesting tactic here. So PF on a small tank, a guy getting out of the tank so his mates can spawn on him. Haven't seen that before.
It's risky.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah, no, we've seen some serious tank thieves around here already.
Yeah, and we saw it last night again, huh? So
yeah. I don't know why it's as I recalled it was his little broker cutting out and said they were spectating, and so he saw this one guy jumping out of a tank, and he turned him, why are you protecting your KD? You die with your tank. That kind of thing. I mean, it's important, you don't jump out of the tank when that thing is burning, bro, you die. Because, it's so quickly, we've seen it happen so many times that the other team just move in with the speed of light, take the tank, reverse, prepare it, come back, and you're screwed.
Guys, and at the moment, if you look at the ticket count, it cannot be any closer. 305
versus 304.
Yeah, it's extremely close.
Very, very
good game. Yeah. But DI again coming back from quite a big gap in the beginning.
Yeah.
So it looks like definitely they've got a second win here from the halfway side.
So no offense here, but I would really like to see PF take this map so we can have another one.
Yes,
Because
yes.
I think this is a very close game.
Look,
No offense, but we would like to see you two teams play another map or so.
but definitely the PF guys seem to have, you know, a good plan when the map starts for at least taking those flags very quickly. Because in both maps that we've seen now, they've had a bit of a early start from a ticket perspective. You know, having some early flags being taken out early. But then again, I've got to give DI some. You know, some points for the use of how they are using their tanks. You know, it seems that if DI gets a tank, they use that tank very, very well. Use it as cover, use it as a spawn point, make sure they get you to the point close. But then, you know, PF, I have to give them credit of taking out tanks, right? Because there's been a couple of tanks that have been taken out already. So, you know, both good teams, both good teams.
Yeah, some bit of action here behind C. Two tanks taking each other on, but seems like PF is moving around now to Delta.
Someone just flew into the ground there. That was a technical error.
So we've got the PF guys pushing on Delta. There is a couple of the DI guys.
Yeah, they've got the assistance of the tank as well, which is good, but you've got Twaksak sitting at the back here. That's not the Twaksak, the same Twaksak of VTRN, eh? Is it? Do we have to investigate this?
No.
No.
Yes, but you are a policeman tonight, yo.
Yeah, I'll say the same.
The guy, the one who likes the rules the least is the policeman of note. Hey man.
This is
trying to keep it fair.
Yeah, this is Twaksaki. And obviously Twaksak.
Yeah, the other one is the suck. He's the one with the bag, and the other one has got a little bag. Twaksak.
Okay.
Papa suck and he booty suck.
So PF pushing hard here on Delta. They're going to leave some guys behind while that tank takes off towards back to Charlie to support there as well. We've got a couple of DI guys inside of the ballroom firing with some rocket guns from behind. There's a couple of assault guys. There's a support guy, and they actually have their very own tank just behind C as well.
Yeah, I check here on Delta. We've got two PF guys moving at the backside there where there was two guys from DI. Now we've got Twaksak, Top Prince and Big Sculler spawning again. They've both spawned on Big Sculler. He was just hiding in the back here for a bit to let things cool down. But now they're back in the game taking back Delta. But I see Bobian coming in and Daza 007 also moving in. Yeah, all the DI guys were taken out here, but I see a vehicle. What kind of vehicle is this? So yeah, there's a little tank. We've got Niku 747 moving in. I don't think he's going to jump out of his tank now. No. Chop Prince just jumped out of the plane there together with Twaksak and Inksling. Tongue twister. Yeah, doing DI moving in with force here with that little tank and a few of the foot soldiers here on Delta. I think they're going to take it. You've got Daza here at the back from PF on the grassy knoll. I think he's drawing too much attention to himself. He must just lay low and let his teammates spawn on him. So they can come in with force. Yeah, he just got taken out there with Twaksak.
And
Twaksaki, sorry.
And DI just kept the C flag. They have a couple of the PF guys pushing in hard. I mean, look at that score, man. 406 for PF, 410 for DI. This is as close as it's gonna get.
Yeah. Most definitely. We've also got a message here on the site. Kobus Gerber looks like he's also another Slangveld
Fan.
Supporter or fan. Yeah, so he's doing a shout out there to Slangveld. So yeah.
Slangalang. Yeah, I actually watched a few streams that Slangfell and them, spectated. They asked us now the other night because there was nobody available to spectate their game, which they were playing. So Slangfell and his mates were broadcasting first-person view, which is obviously allowed. And that was quite interesting to see, the way that those guys play together in their squad. Warning each other and giving commands and directions on which flag to go and what direction to take. It's excellent to see a squad like that working together. Top notch, I'm telling you.
So I see here that DI has managed to open up a very, very small lead. About just over 10 tickets. So it will be a situation of whether they can keep this, but I see the ballroom Charlie has just been taken back by PF, and PF fighting hard to reclose that gap a little bit. Yes, this is I love games like these.
Very good action swapping that Charlie spawn point.
Yeah, the thing is, this is where you can see that the teams are matched up correctly. There's no easy way in or out of this. You have to fight for victory at the end of the day.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. But DI are doing very well. They're taking Charlie again. So we'll see another change now.
Hell of a lot of explosions and grenades coming through here on this ballroom. Being bombarded with tanks from the one side, grenades on the other side.
But I think there might be a bit of a push here from PF back onto the Delta point. I see they've got a little tank rolling into Delta. That might assist the infantry players here in taking back the Delta point, and I see PF indeed pushing on Delta. It looks like a complete war zone around this Delta point. There's nothing left standing.
DI just cleaned out the ballroom as well, taking over the ballroom. Let me just check on this side. Yeah, I see the majority of the PF guys are over at Delta. Obviously, if they can take this one, they've got 2 flags that they've kept, and DI has only got 1. So that'll help a little bit with the tickets. Catching up as they are doing at the moment. 272 for 275.
My heart rate, the ticket count is going to go equal.
Crawling back.
This is going to be such a close game.
Oh, but they closed the gate. That was a smart move by DI. DI closed the gate because they saw that little tank over there. They want to keep the C flag. Maybe they will decide to maybe sacrifice 1 or 2 boots on the ground to push back to Bravo. The ticket count now exactly equal.
At this point in time, every little sneaky maneuver will help you gain tickets. And that's what it's all about. 285 versus 285. Look at that.
So indeed, I think DI has gone back for the Bravo flag.
Yeah, clever move there.
But now that has allowed the PF guys to push back into C, and I think if they hold out like this, PF might take this map.
It was just watch out because that little tank just moved onto the Bravo flag there, took one of the DI guys out. Prince is still sitting quietly in the corner here, not making a move, taking a deep breath, hoping the tank doesn't see him.
Oh!
And there we got a third game, guys.
What a game! What a game! Well done.
500 for 493.
Well done to PF. 500, 493. PF taking that one with 7 tickets. That was amazingly close.
That is absolutely insane. I'm telling you, absolutely insane.
Well done.
But a good game.
Well done to both teams. That was a really, really good push by both. I think I've got to give PF up on that map. I mean, they started off well, then they fell behind. Then PF lost Spooky out of the server. She was off for a couple of minutes, so only playing with 11 players, coming back into the server and then pulling back those tickets and taking it. Well done to DI as well. Incredible game, but PF, well done on that map. Well done.
Yeah, so it seems like I got my wish. We're going to see a third map.
Yes. That's
going to be awesome. Well done to PF. They really took their chances on the tanks from DI and made them work for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're going to the third map.
Excellent.
And at the break, guys, you can see the screen there. At the moment, it's 1-1. One for DI, one for PF. If you have just joined us, DI took the first map, which was the Suez map. After an incredible fight on the ballroom, PF managed to just pull it off, winning with 7 tickets on the map. But extremely close game between these two teams. I have to breathe deeply. My heart rate is going up.
You must take a sip of that Red Bull, bro.
I don't think it's helping at the moment, to be honest.
She gives you wings. Okay, I see that our third map is going to be the Amiens, which is going to be interesting. So who's going to take DNC first? We've seen that on many occasions, that whoever, the team is that push through to Charlie and Delta, usually under normal circumstances, are the teams that keep or win the game at the end of the night, because once you've got your defense wall set up on DNC, it's quite difficult to take it back.
Yeah, agree.
But obviously we've seen it with these two teams competing tonight. Like on both maps, it can go any direction. So I'm not going to make any predictions on this map. All I can say is I think it's going to be a good one.
Yeah. So it looks like they are just swapping out at the moment. There's a couple of mixes that happened when they loaded into the map. So I think we're going to give them a couple of minutes again just to swap it out. This is of course the third and deciding map. So at the moment both teams have 1 point. Whoever wins this map will get that bonus point for the week. And I mean, it's interesting, right? I mean, if you look at, I just actually want to pull it up here. Guys, while we are talking about it, of course, if you want to follow along in terms of the standings, the website, of course, is BF Clan, so www.bfclanwars.net, and you will be able to find all the information you want to on Clan Wars right there. The standings, the fixtures, the results, the rules, whatever may be the case. But if I just have a look at the standings for Division 2, as of last week, both 4Q and DI were on 6 points, playing 2 games each. Of course, S187 and Lots have already played, the third game, or at that point their third game, and they were on 9 and 7. So PF was on 3 points only, and if PF can manage to pull it off here, then they will move in line with DI on the table. So it is a crucial game for these guys now. We saw in the previous map that PF has the ability to push. In the first map that we looked at, obviously DI there had a bit of an advantage. So really, really close, really even at this point. And I don't think this third map I'm going to even take a chance on calling.
Yeah, no. I'm not going to put my head out there now. Play it safe.
Yeah, it will be a tough one. This is a flip of a coin. Anyone can take it at this stage. So yeah, let's see.
So there we go, guys. We're waiting for one more PF player to swap over. They are 11 on PF and 12 on DI. So one more player will swap over, and then we'll have a game time on start, which I'll confirm with you. So let's just have a look. So if I look here at the scoreboard, I'm just looking for names here that I don't really know, but most of these guys I've seen around in pub games or on different servers. Know most of them. I mean, I laughed the other night. Lamet is of course in the PF team, and Lamet was the gentleman who stole that tank.
Yeah.
So he got a bit of fame there overnight with the stream that Dutch did. Good quick reactions there from Lamet stealing that tank, and that was actually such a funny clip, and all around good fun on the community. Putting up some memes and chatting about that.
Yeah, that was an awesome one of those battlefield moments again.
Yeah.
Yeah, so while we wait for these two teams to spawn in, I just want to, just let the guys know that we are working in the background on getting things finalized for season 2. It's not going to start immediately after season 1. We're going to give you guys a break, and we're going to fine-tune the rules a bit and so on. But yeah, it's definitely in the pipeline before, and that'll be like in the middle of the year, somewhere there. We haven't got the dates yet, but we'll see. Because we're going to give you guys some time to recoup and recruit some players and so on. So it's definitely going to be a 12 player maps again, or game modes that we're going to choose. We're going to get some of the existing guys in and get their opinions on what we're going to play, and then we're going to work out the rules and all of that. But yes, it is in the pipeline. So if you are a new clan and you're listening and you would like to participate in Clan Wars, just make some work and put some effort into it, and get some 12 to 15 guys together so long. By the time that we announce the season 2, when the registration starts, you guys can just see that you guys are set by then.
Excellent.
And then we're going to kick off season 2. Yeah, before the next Battlefield starts.
Exciting times.
And then again, obviously we know that Battlefield 90% of the time is broken at launch. So even if we wait for the new Battlefield title to be fixed within the first 2 or 3 months of launching, maybe we will not have servers in South Africa. But if we do, obviously we can start off quicker. And season 3 will definitely be on the new Battlefield if they manage to fix it properly, like within the first 2 months or so, let's say December and January. If not, we will fall back and do a season 3 on Battlefield 1, and then do a season 4 on the new Battlefield, whatever title that might be.
Yep, guys. So they are going to spawn in 1 minute. So I think, Scully, it's very important that we share with the community what our plans for the future is. Obviously, the league that we are busy building is not a short-term plan. It's a league rollover. There's obviously at the moment, the way it will work at the end of season 1 is there will be a relegation period. Where certain teams will move down divisions, other teams will move up divisions depending on their performance, and of course that's an ongoing thing. So that's quite exciting as well. Guys, before they start, they're going to start in about 30 seconds. I just want to also mention that, as you know, we have our weekly recap show on a Saturday, normally around 9 o'clock in the evening on a Saturday. However, this coming weekend, we will actually have it on the Saturday morning. At the moment, it looks like 10 o'clock on Saturday morning. Purely because we also have a life, and now and then we like to go out on a Saturday night. So what will happen is Saturday morning at 10 o'clock, if you want to catch up on everything that happened during the week, the standings, the divisions, anything interesting that happened during the week that you may have missed or not have seen on a stream, then of course please join us Saturday morning at, for the moment, 10 o'clock. If anything changes, we will communicate that, but that's what it looks like at the moment.
Yeah, and then tomorrow, during the course of the day, we'll send some invites out to some of the clans that have participated during this week, and we'd appreciate it if some of you guys will join us on the stream and give us your perspective on the games that you play. Okay, I see that they've spawned, Jacob.
Yeah, I'm on. I'm here between Delta and Charlie, and again PF has moved very quickly. They are busy capping both Delta and Charlie at the moment.
Delta, Bravo, and Charlie.
Yeah.
It's ninjas, bro. Ninjas.
No, very,
This
very
is going to be a
quick.
tough one.
Very, very quick. But we've got the DI guys coming in here from the back. We've got the tank, and I see this time around Nico is now outside the tank, so not inside. He's busy playing Spanner Mechanic there. And we've got a couple of DI guys pushing back into Delta here, and I think just by numbers, the DI guys should be able to cap the Delta point. Now, what we've seen on this map before is that whoever holds the bridges is normally the guys who end up, winning the game. So I think both these teams know that, and just by the look of it, it looks like they understand that they need to at least try and hold one bridge. Because DI is really pushing hard, but there's a lot of PF numbers coming in, and PF will actually cap that Delta flag.
Yeah, DI did a nice flank maneuver here, so they're taking C. So let's see if they can hold it.
So I'm in between the two flags here, D and C, and I see that both of them are being contested. Let's have a look what happens here. DI pushing back into Delta and PF pushing back into Charlie. So a bit of tennis going on.
Yeah, so the PF guys taking Charlie back successfully. They took out Slangveld there, who did quite a nice loop around there. And looks like all the action is now Delta.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of action happening at Delta. Yeah, I see we've got Bob John and J-Rad from PF. Together with, who's that? Murder She Wrote? No, it's True Writer. The Delta side. Yes, it's Murder She Wrote.
You're making some names up there. it actually does, yeah. Yeah, a bit of action here. That was here on Bravo as well, but the guys are taking it back successfully from PF. And it looks like there's no contest here on Echo, which is quite strange because
no
it's a nice spot to take an all. Yeah,
you see, but I don't think that PF has got an interest in that flag at the moment because they've got B. Well, they had C. I see they're losing C now, but then obviously they're fighting over D. So if they manage to get someone over to E, I think it's going to be the spanner in the works there for DI.
Yeah, both teams doing really well, taking out the tanks quite early.
Yeah.
Out of the game, which is quite crucial for this map because the tank can seriously hurt you.
And I see a big fight going on Delta at the moment. Huge DI numbers, huge PF numbers. And again, guys, the ticket count extremely close. I mean, PF at the moment on 88 tickets and DI on 78. So very, very close.
Yeah, indeed. I mean, this is one of those close games again. We actually fortunate to have a look and see these two teams participating on the third map because it really rarely happens. Rarely. Ek dink ek moet die reading in Afrikaans begin doen. Ek weet nie hoekom praat ek Engels nie. Are there really so many English guys watching the game dat nie een van hulle Afrikaans kan verstaan as ek Afrikaans praat? Groen en goud, papi. Groen en goud, die gaan ons nou.
Yeah, PF losing D, but really doing well holding on to it, capping 3 flags, so they did make a bit of a run on the score.
Yeah, and they're still holding. They're still holding. They haven't given up.
Yeah, it's not capped yet.
I see there's a couple of DI guys coming and pushing in from the back. But they also.
Daar's 'n paar ouens wat afgespawn het daar so, Direwolf en Slangveld. Wat nou daai een gebou uitkom aan die linkerkant van C. Ons het Jade Nikita 99 hoekies. Ja, Jade Nikita 99 wat op hier in die hoekie sit. Sy belong.
Doen jy 'n bietjie simulcast vir ons?
Ons simulcast op hier. Druk maar net daai knoppie op daai remote van julle as julle wil terugskakel na tussen Engels en Afrikaans. Ons dis 'n nuwe ingeboude funksie wat ons nou vir YouTube ingesit het. Wat's YouTube nou in Afrikaans, sal ek sê?
E-stroom.
Jy buis.
Right.
Jou buis.
Jou buis. Ja, druk net daai knoppie daar op jou buis kanaal.
So we've got DI here pushing, they've just taken C, they are pushing hard on D to cap that now. So
I think DI has realized now that they're going to have to do something drastically in order to reduce the ticket count for PF.
Look, I must be honest. I mean, I'm not too concerned with DI, trying to push here because we've seen in both the two other games that PF started off strong and then DI sort of, starts pushing back slowly and starts closing the ticket gap. So I think that I'm starting to wonder whether that's not a DI strategy, not sort of running into each and every flag. But then again, you could also say it might be a PF strategy to cap as soon as you can and make sure you keep them.
Yeah, because I mean, as soon as you've got those flags captured, you can spawn on them. Other than that, you're going to have to spawn on your base, which is far, or you're limited to spawn on your squad mates.
Correct.
Yeah, and again, PF doing really well, taking out that tank quite early that DI came in with. So
one thing that I see is that
awesome.
I haven't seen any of the DI guys moving around to B. Although there is an opportunity, if you look at the B of the DI guys sitting here on the Delta flag, you know, some of them can flash, or DC can move around and flank down the passageway on down to Bravo and see if they can take Bravo as well. So then they'll be able to hold at least 3 of those flags. If I look at the back here, I see that there's some PF guys moving onto the Echo flag right at the back here with only Twaksak trying to defend it. Twaksak is in a bit of trouble. The Ashboy is on him. Ashboy just took him out. So we've got that old Nick and Ashboy from PF taking Echo. Big Sculler moving in also from Echo. See that he's realized that the team is a bit in trouble, but he's having a braai there. Someone set him alight. I think it was that old Nick. The Inksling also coming to lend a hand, but he was taken out. Twaksak. Yeah, just too bad, boys. Just too bad. Echo taken by PF.
I'm running here with Dire Wolf, and he's just off the Delta point, making sure that he's covering 1 or 2 of the angles. I think he might get taken out from the left. Indeed, he does. Oh no, he got taken out from way over at the B flag.
Big Scala, Chop Prince, Twaksak and Inksling from DI moving into Echo. They've just cleaned out the house. Obviously thought that they have to make a plan here to take that one back. But now look at this sneaky maneuver here from that. So Nick, he's hiding in the back alley here. Ashboy just spawned on him. So I think they're holding back just for the team to rest of the guys to spawn on them. And as soon as Echo is cleared, they're going to move in and steal it. Can you see that, Jakob?
Yeah, but I...
2 guys at the back here.
Correct. I saw here besides that, on the E flag, I see that the DI guys are pulling the same move. If you look at the B flag, it's being contested as well. And if I move over there quickly, it looks like Slungfell and Jade Nikita who are contesting the B flag. So they are definitely moving in there.
PF moving from different angles in onto E. You've got Twaksak and Sling that's left over to defend it. They took out the one guy. Ashboy still left. Took out Scala. Took out no, who's it going to be? Who's this? Twaksak. Big Scala just spawned on Twaksak, so we've got 2 on 2. Big Scala doing some good work there defending Echo.
Yeah.
Nice work, boys.
Now we've got a couple of the DI guys pushing hard onto the Delta point now.
Yep.
Yeah,
no, I think they're
is
definitely going to take Delta.
Yeah.
Tank is rolling in. Good support there.
You know what was interesting for me to watch? You know what was interesting for me to watch though is that as the tank came rolling in, the rest of the DI guys broke off and started heading over to Charlie. And that was it was really nice to see from a bird's eye view. You could actually see the tactic that, okay, the tank has arrived, we can leave and go to the next point.
Yeah.
But look, the PF guys at the moment, they are in control. I mean, they're on 263 tickets with the DI guys on 234 now. So the PF guys definitely still in control. Playing extremely well. It is a very close game though, so I'm still not going to call it.
No. Yeah, no, I don't think we need to do that, but I see that we've got the DI tank with DM7 moving in from the left-hand side here. Let's see what, they're just keeping the PF guys away from Delta while, who's this? Let me just have a look here. Renegade Gamers and Anti-Flash take Delta.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that will make a good, definitely a difference on the score, capping 3 flags. So they'll move up the points a bit quicker now.
Yeah, the ticket count will run up much quicker. So they have more than 2 flags. Yeah, I see that. Sorry, Yaku, DI has taken a bit of a defensive strategy here with the back alley at E with Quacksock and Inksling just making sure that there's no DI, no PF guys coming in to flank and try and steal E from them.
Yeah. We've got the PF tank here also on pushing on Delta, and I think there is a couple of rockets that's going that way, but we've got the PF infantry under that bridge, so they are actually capping back the Delta flag. So at the moment, PF holding Bravo and Delta, and quite the opposite on Charlie and Echo is DI holding those flags.
Yeah, this is also good. Very, very
And here
tight
also
game.
PF coming in with their tank. So let's see if he can make some damage there. Running all the way to Echo.
Renegade Gamers and DM7, I think, these PF guys are moving into Echo. They really want this flag. Only Niku left to defend it. And Inksling together with Twaxak. So we've got B. Poland and True Writer, Murder She Wrote, obviously in the tank there, writing a little novel while they pushing on D. But there's a lot of DI guys defending Delta.
Yeah.
Oh, that tank is taking some serious damage on that side with the rocket guns. Oh, and it's out. Look at that. What an explosion.
And it's quite quick. Not an ideal place to have the tank. It needs a bit more space to move around and to get out of a sticky position.
Yeah, that's one thing that I've noticed when Rob Ridingwood is in his tanks. You know, he will go and he will fight. And as soon as the tank gets a bit of damage, you know, you fall back, you repair, and then you go in for some kills again. It's hardly that you see some of the good tankers that's right on the edge, you know, in the firing line, where all the action is happening. They always tend to stay back a little bit, you know, giving support from a distance.
Yeah.
We also had an earlier message here on YouTube, Pieter, from a Pieter Jacob saying, Goeie Afrikaans, papi. So there is some supporters for you.
Daar sê, alright, manne, ons skakel dadelik oor na die Afrikaal kommentator hierso. Ons kyk gou hierso, anti-flash. Nou wil ek die ouens se name ook vertaal. Goeie pop. Big Scala wat goeie werk doen hier so op Delta. Kom ons kyk gou wat gaan daar by Charlie. Bob John en J-Rad, Ashboy, almal hier so by Charlie. Ek sien hier as 'n paar van die PF ouens hier aan die linkerkant van die gebou ook wat mekaar gebruik daar as 'n spawn beacon. Big Scala wat daar in beweeg.
Oof, but there's a lot of guys coming around the side here. Dire Wolf, Jade Nikita, and a couple of the PF guys have been taken out, but I think the numbers were too much. And
For sure. And
PF will cap that Charlie flag.
Ja, Ashboy, maar nou kyk daar so Renegade Gamers wat nou inkom. Maar hy twee van die PF ouens waarmee hy daar moet deel. En Ashboy goeie werk gedoen daar om C te verdedig. Sien ons het vir Slangvel Nikita wat in die linkerkant gebou is. Slangvel en Nikita beweeg oor daar na Charlie se kant toe. Ashboy wie is hierdie kant? Ashboy en Dav, moet kyk wat gaan hier aan. Dav is uit, Ashboy is uit. Goeie werk, Nikita en Slangvel, goeie spanwerk daar so op Charlie.
So I think there's also a couple of guys spawning on them now. Yeah, I saw Direwolf just spawning on Slangfell, Direwolf and Nikita on the Charlie point here. And they are busy capping that. But if you look at the ticket count, 385.
yeah,
Dis naam is Dis baie. Manne. Hierdie is lekker Battlefield man, dis lekker. Gaan nou braai.
yeah, so DI really just crawling ahead of PF, but PF is not letting it go, and they're coming back again, taking looks like Delta there.
Let's have a look. We've got a tank here. It's actually the PF tank just off one of the bridges there. If I just go up over here, I think.
Oh.
There we go.
Ja, hy sit goeie werk hierso by True Middelshire Road se tank. Hierso van PF. Hulle is besig om reg te maak daarso. Wie's daai by Poland? Daar die tank se gat gesien.
Yeah.
Ja, nee, daai is goeie werk geweest van DI hoor. Nee, kyk, hulle is ook nie daai tank naby hulle nie.
And some action here. It looks like DI is going to take Bravo, which will definitely upset PF. Yeah.
Let me head over to
Ja,
Bravo.
hier is een van
Go and have a look.
Ek dink hierdie is een van die games wat ons gesien het. Jy weet, as die ouens daar op die brug besig is en hulle is daar besig om te beklei. Die enigste manier om hulle aandag af te trek is om na hierdie buitekantste vlak toe te gaan, soos in hierdie geval B en E.
Yeah.
En as jy dit doen, dan kry jy die ouens se aandag vinnig weg daar van die middellyn af dat hulle moet inbeweeg om te kom defend die in die agterkant.
And DI was so close at capping B. Direwolf doing a really good job there, but then we had Spooky coming in with Duff. They were a bit of a spawn beacon, and then of course True Rider spawned on them as well, and they are now busy capping back B, but I think a good strategy trying to distract them by taking that B point.
Definitief. En as ons kyk hierso na die Delta vlag, sien ons dat die DI ouens druk hard om hom oor te vat.
As well as the Charlie flag. I see some DI guys on the Charlie flag as well, so really pushing hard on.
Ja, ek sien daai vlag raak rooi hoor. Hy raak rooi.
Yeah.
Yeah, so everybody's leaving E alone, looks like it. The action is definitely in the middle of the map between Delta and Charlie at this stage.
Yeah. DI holding on to Charlie, trying to push that back, and but I see there is some contention for that Delta flag as well. So we've got a couple of DIs. I think they're outnumbered. Well, actually now it's 2-on-2.
Nou, Big Scala en Top Prince wat ook in beweeg daar van die linkerkant af op Delta. By hierdie PF manne beklei hoor.
Yeah, and again some action on Bravo. So let's see if there's only one guy there. Oh, he's taken out.
I think it count is naby 460.
Yeah, this is even Stevens all around. I would hate
die span speel goed.
Yes, it's
to have made a prediction on this game.
I can hear the end music coming. It's close.
3 tickets verskil. 2 tickets verskil.
Oh my word. And now PF is just giving it an all-out push on Charlie, and I think they are just going to concentrate on trying to keep this flag.
Ja, en hier is DI weer terug hier op Delta.
DI is back on Delta, and they've taken that one.
Big Scala Inksling. Charlie wordt teruggevat hier deur PF.
Look at that, it's 1 ticket difference, 2 tickets. Oh my word.
Oh, this is an exciting game, eh? Let me tell you.
There's a big push here. There's a push by DI. DI is pushing. They've got some extra numbers. There is some PF guys rushing back into the Charlie point. They're gonna.
And there's a final tank here in on Delta. So.
Die meerderheid van die bekleierery is nou net hier op hierdie 2 vlae op die brug. Daar's nou nie eens tyd om te wonder
look at this score. 495, 6, 7, 8.
1 ticket in it. There's literally 1
and
DI is taking it.
Yes, DI is taking it. That was incredibly.
Look at that, with 3 tickets.
Incredibly
Just take a
close.
screenshot of this one. Yeah, this is very close.
So definitely the tank at the end made a slight difference for them to just notch out the other guys.
What a great game to watch.
This is spectacular.
Oh my word. Guys, I must tell you that if you've only joined us now, you have missed out completely. Go back and watch the stream.
This is one of the best games that I've watched in a very, very long time. This
Exceptional.
Was, now the other night when we watched a similar game to this, it was also very close. But then remember we had that connection issue and so on.
Yeah.
But this was first class. Both teams, well done, boys.
Absolutely. I mean, from both DI and PF, exceptionally well played, guys. I mean, a very, very, very well matched game. I mean, literally, if I say it could have gone either way, it literally could have gone either way. because we ended up in the previous game with a 7-ticket difference, ended up in this game with a 3-ticket difference. So you can imagine how close it was and how everybody's hearts were beating, I assume, at that last sort of 30 seconds into the game. Now, if you look at the full-time score there, I've got it up on the screen for you. DI 2, PF 1. To be completely fair, if I could and the rules worked differently, I would have given it 2-2. That is how close these teams were. But at the end, DI pulling it off, getting that 3-ticket lead at the end and taking that final map. What a game.
Well, this was one of the most interesting games that I've watched in a very, very long time. Well done to both teams. You played excellent. Quick on the flags in the beginning. Nice defending throughout. But well done to DI. And unfortunate for PF in this one. But once again, both of you guys, both you guys' teams played excellent.
I agree. Slash, from your side, any last words?
Yeah, I just want to say to both teams, well done. I think it was an excellent game, one of the best games I've watched in a long time. And yet again, seeing tanks, I think they play a critical role in these kind of matchups. And that's me out.
Lekker. Peter, from your side, last words.
Yeah, I just want to say thanks to Slash for joining us tonight. I hope we'll see you on the stream again, buddy. It was good having you here. And then just guys, remember for Saturday, we're going to have the recap show in the morning at about 10 o'clock. So we'll send some invites out to get your perspective on the games that you had tomorrow. And we'll appreciate if you can join us. And then once again to both teams, well done. DI, you guys played well. PF, you guys played excellent. And congratulations to both teams. See you on the battlefield.
Okay, guys, from my side, DI, again, well done. Getting that win at the end. PF, exceptional game. Really, really a great game to watch. And we also want to say thank you to you guys for allowing us to stream this. I'm Jaco South.
And of course to the guys, Jaco, to the guys watching the stream, thanks for joining us. If you like what you've seen, what we're doing with the streams, please give us a like. It does help with the channel grow a bit, and definitely a subscribe will be appreciated. Thank you.
100%. Guys, I'm Jaco South for Battle Bros. See you on the battlefield.